Welcome to the Game of Risk, everyone. I'm your host, OliveXC, a top player at this game, and today we are doing Tutor Tuesday, where I review a subscriber game and help them and you, the viewer, get better at the game of Risk. And you're just seeing some very cinematic things going on in the game right now. This video is from CG Plays, the biggest Risk YouTuber right now. This guy has more subscribers than the Kill Pete strategy. So this guy is huge, and we have really honor and a pleasure to be showing this game for you. This is a 6-player progressive game here, and we can see our protagonist, CG, is the yellow player. He has a very strong potential move for South America. The problem is everyone wants to destroy him. He has now lost his 5, he lost a 4. He is down to 11 troops on the first turn. CG is very new to Risk, around like the beginner intermediate level, and to lose half your troops on the first turn is just crazy. By the way, we're seeing some of our opponents. What Red is doing, making all of these attacks, is not very good. For one thing, it was very risky, and secondly, look at the number of troops that Red has left. It's going to take them multiple turns to recover it, at least like 2 to 3. And by that time in progressive, it's not going to be worth it. Normally, I would say don't go for a continent. But in this case, it's actually a pretty good decision. We'll also see that CG is making a really good move right here, defending against the bot. You don't really want to, and like fixed mode, you want to leave your stack like this in Peru to try to avoid having tension against your opponents. But in progressive, the game's going to be over by around 9 or 10, most likely. So you want to leave your 4 out ready to attack, a 5 out ready to attack. And bots, they don't have any sense of diplomacy. So we can see that by just leaving the 5 right there, everything's going to be okay. The purple player, by the way, is making a really nice move, leaving their stack here. It, one, prevents the mobility of our protagonist, CG. It prevents the bot from taking over Africa. And it just naturally clogs up the board. If you can't get some of the best spots to hide, like around like in Japan, corner of Australia, Argentina, clogging up the middle and like in these locations can be really good in progressive. And holy cow, this editing from CG is so good, you guys. I thought I was good at editing. I'm gonna have to really practice my stuff. You can see he's doing a lot of speed up, moving everything like back and forth. It kind of cuts down the second half of the video, but this is gorgeous to see. Like seriously, go check him out and subscribe. Like this guy is ridiculous in the real deal. But as we go and look at your position, CG, we can see that you are putting like troops in North America. I like that. You're leaving some troops in the middle. That's okay. What I'm really kind of missing from you in the beginning is you're not leaving any troops up here. You naturally have one strong position on the board here, one strong position in the United States, North America region. But if you can have a position here, we're going to be naturally spread out. It's important to remember that you want to be able to eliminate players when it's worth it for their cards. And while it's nice to get a continent, it's also nice to be able to spread out. The purple player has 2 strong positions spread out around the board, but you are not taking this spot. You'll also kind of notice, because if you actually listen to CG's commentary in his actual videos, I don't do this because you have to click on the video to hear his voice. You did not realize that the player was a bot. You'll notice that when someone kind of skips their card, a lot of the time it's the end of their turn and the bot takes over when it's around 55 seconds left, and then the bot fails to make an attack. That's a telltale sign that someone's a bot, and you want to check that information. But now we get to your turn. While I can understand leaving some troops here in the beginning, not leaving troops in Asia right here is just, again, very, very not good move. One thing to keep in mind is you want to consider who is going to be your target for elimination in this game. Most likely, I think that target will be the white bot or the green bot. If you're going for the green bot, then it's important to leave a small position here into Europe. And because the North American play is going to be very easy to eliminate. But if you're going to go for the white bot, you need to have some position here as well as some position up in Asia. Because if you attack Alaska or attack downwards, you can easily lose that access point. Just leaving this as like a 4 would give you so many more options and opportunities, because you always want to be thinking about, how am I, CG, going to go for the moves and the kills and impress my audience? But even if you're just playing the game casually, always think about how you want to go for these kills right here and how to spread out. In this case, now you've lost your European position, but given that potentially some players are very continental, I don't think you were able to keep that, so I do like that move. What I do just dislike is a lack of mobility up here in the corner. As I look at the other players, Red is just not spreading out at all. They're doing no Australia, no win. The fact that they have multiple parts of their army kind of like trapped right here, spread out among multiple territories, unable to make significant attacks. Red is making some silly moves, and now we can see the white bot just hit them, even making them more like a potential target for elimination. The blue player also isn't very well spread out right now, only in Europe. Your best opponent is clearly just the purple player, because they're maintaining 2 positions on the board and they're being in different areas to try to eliminate players. If you have the opportunity to take out purple, you should definitely do so, because they are very good. And now CG, you can see when he was like highlighting this actual game, he recognized that green was a bot. Again, you can see the movement of like the bots, right? When they naturally are leaving a fortification of a 2 or 3, when they're making attacks in a very consistent manner every single turn, that is when like you can just click on them like right away. Whenever someone's taking a very long time, I always get in the habit of just clicking on any individual profile and checking that. You also see, by the way, every single turn, CG is checking and using the slider. That's really, really good. We also see that because since the timer is set around like 2 to 3 minutes, it's giving them plenty of time to do what they need to do, which is good. Like, there's no reason to always play in 60 seconds. I do that because I have over 1,500 hours into this game, that I play this game almost as like a second job, because I'm doing this YouTube video for all of you guys. And you're doing a casual game, there's nothing wrong with doing a higher timer. But as these players are getting into the big trade-ins now, it's important to think about, how do you want to go for a kill in order to get additional troops and gain an advantage in the game. We do notice, by the way, that purple makes a really nice move, leaving this 22 out of the way, because sometimes in these games, beginner players can get very threatened or worried about another player attacking, and they will decide to hit that stack. Purple is diffusing tensions once these large trade-ins are coming through. We now see an critical inflection point of this game and what needs to happen. Right now, you're going to be getting the 15 trade-in, because Red's going to trade in and you'll trade in. That means the next trade will be at 20. And with the trade-in at 20, you'll notice that White has 3 cards and 18 troops. Each card's worth about 7 troops, right? Because 7 times 3 is 21, which is about 20. Given that White is worth less than the trade-in, it's worth it to take them out. And then you have perfect pathing too, right? Your 13 has access to go in and hit the 5. And then your 10 can go in and then swoop in and take out White right there. You'll get the 20 trade-in. You'll actually get net a couple of troops, because when you can take out somebody and do an immediate trade-in, it's worth it. In the actual game, you've listened to CG's commentary. He is not doing this because he's worried about the other players taking him out. But if you're able to get more cards eliminating a player, then you will recognize that it's the right move to make. So this was the first miss right here. But you can still see CG's made a wonderful comeback. Like that's the title of this video. When someone loses half their troops in the beginning, can they still win? Like CG, like you did a remarkable job holding your South America and keeping your armies open right now. Your 19 here is ready to attack. Your 20 here is ready to attack. Your 7 is ready to attack. You have the maximum flexibility to make the right moves in order to eliminate players. Purple, though, makes an excellent move now. They now get the 20 trade-in, so now the cards are worth like 8 troops a card, and they immediately are going in and eliminating white from the game, which is an excellent move. You will see that because they traded in, they're now going to get the 3 cards. They're still on par with all of the remaining players, and if they're then able to trade in on the following trade-in, they're going to be able to do a lot of damage. The games generally end around turn 9, because when you trade in, you'll be able with 1 card. You can then eliminate another player, get 5 cards, do an immediate trade-in, and start snowballing for the victory. The purple players recognize this, which makes them a very dangerous and immediate threat that you need to keep in mind. But now you see there may be a potential opportunity. Can you think about potentially taking out another player to go for the win? And there is. The green player is now very weak. The trade-ins now are 30. The green player is under 30 troops, which means it can be profitable to eliminate them. Because you have also held South America for many turns, and you're lucky to be having this trade-in right now, by the way. You're going to be in a very good spot. Red makes a really bad move eliminating purple's position. There was no reason to do this. But thankfully, purple is just strong enough where it doesn't matter. The other thing I may have considered, instead of taking out the green player, is maybe do I want to take out the purple player? And this is because with the way the trade-ins are, you can get an attacker's advantage. And purple is clearly the best player in the game. If I have a chance to take out a good player, I might choose to do so, knowing that the other players may not be able to recognize it. This pathing was a little off. You could have gone from your 20 to take out the troops and left everything in your 19 to go to immediately take out the North America. But now you make another mistake right here, and that's what you want to be doing after taking out green, because you want to see, can you chain the kills in? Because you'll be getting 3 cards at the end. If you were able to path out your attack and end up on Greenland, you would have a 11 right here, a 14, and then your 20 can become a 19, 18, 17 troops. And then you would be able to use that and triple tap the blue player and then taking them out. You would have had enough troops to do so, given that you would have the attacker's advantage. And that would have been a very hard move to figure out in the pathing. However, if you have the ability to chain kills, you could have then potentially have swept and taken the game. The danger is if other players don't trade in, like if blue doesn't trade in right here. In this case, they don't trade in. The most dangerous person on the board, purple, which you didn't eliminate because you instead got green. Purple now has the chance to potentially get an entire sweep of the board. Because again, having cards on 4 is very likely. All they need to do is they need to go in, go upwards, take out the 34, split back 3, and then they can go in and eliminate red, and then taking the game right then and there. They're going to have more than enough troops in order to do that. Oh, they don't get the best roll, because when troop sizes get big, you're normally going to be a little more positive, but they leave their stack there. Oh my gosh. Huge mistake from purple, and this gives you an opportunity. But you do another thing, CG. You see how you leave this 24 right here? Because you leave that 24 there, now the stack is blocked, and in progressive, you can't be leaving your stack blocked. So not only do you miss the kill on blue, you leave your stack blocked here, and that just makes things really challenging. you can see now the purple player has 49. Oh my gosh, now red trades in. But remember red's mistake? Because they don't leave everything on one army, what ends up happening now is red can't make any significant attack. What red should be doing is going on North Africa and blocking you from trying to eliminate like a purple, because otherwise they would then take the game, hoping that you can trade in and we get to a nice potential 3-player endgame scenario. But that's a very advanced move. And what you have to hope in now is that red just makes so many attacks that maybe you can sweep it and take the game. And oh my gosh, red is continuing to attack. This is such a mistake. They're potentially feeding the kill in, because remember, 4 cards and 4 cards is a sweet spot. You take out purple, you'll be on 5 cards again, you'll get a huge trade in, you can go in and take out red and take the game. However, are you going to be able to have enough troops? You're going to have a lot of territory plus your continental bonus, that's going to be 7, plus your 45, that's going to leave you around 52, 53 troops. And remember, when troop sizes get very big, I always find that the magic number they need is +6 in order to get a kill. But the bigger the armies get, it eventually becomes a little bit less than the +6. So you may end up having a 90-95% chance to go for it. And in progressive, sometimes you just got to take the risk. Come on, CG. Red may be on a nice number, but you're even nicer. Your CG plays, and you gotta go for the kill. So let's see, you trade in. You're putting your troops down. For the win. Let's go, CG. Ooh. Yes. Yes, CG. Ah. This was not the cleanest game for sure, but all you gotta do now is hit red super duper hard. You're doubling their troops. And if you're able to take out everything on the map, you'll be able to take this game. Let's see if you're able to do this. Like, come on, you just gotta path this out. Your pathing is good, camera animations are off. I'm loving what I'm seeing right here. Good, you're using up your extra stack as well when attacking. I think we have this, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are enjoying this content, please consider subscribing. And thank you so much to CG Plays for allowing me to show his video on YouTube. But this is OliveXC signing off.